I'm Alex Wellevel, opinions editor. I'm in creative writing.
Creative writing? Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to stay in journalism at all?
I'd consider it because it's very difficult, from what I've been told, just to go out with a major in creative writing and get a job. So starting out in journalism would be a really great way to get my foot in the door of writing while doing creative writing on the side.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd definitely be interested in work in journalism, and I want to work here for the next 4 years, so that'd be good.
What motivated you to apply to the Exponent?
Well, whenever I was in high school, I'd write in all of my spare time, and that was basically what I did for fun all of the time. And I knew of the Exponent. My family is a huge Purdue family, so I knew about it. And it's just kind of like they had a call out. I thought this would be a really big deal, and just coming in, and I just started working, and I wrote a lot of articles at the very beginning, and apparently that got noticed, and I was always here. So then I got interviewed, got the position, which was nice.
So if you're always here, then are your grades okay? Like, are you suffering outside of they can't hold you here, you know?
Yeah. I don't think so. I've tried to give pretty even time. I have classes like 8 to 12 most days, and then I'm just here 1 to 5 the rest of the time. So then I just go home, finish homework. It's not nearly as bad. Last semester I was in FYE, so my workload was much more.
Oh, yes.
Yes, and then I'm transferred into creative writing, so it's much easier by comparison.
That's an interesting shift. Why change from engineering to creative writing?
Well, in high school I always loved both science, math, and writing, and it was kind of this really awkward tension, but I had the chance to go to Purdue, and Purdue being an engineering school, and me being a girl interested in science and math, it was just kind of like, oh, you should go into engineering.
Yeah,
so I considered.
You.
Yeah, it was great for about 3 weeks. And then I went to Industrial Roundtable, and as I was trying to apply for internships and that sort of thing, there was one guy I noticed I talked to, and after talking about how much I thought I loved engineering and math and science for, like, it had to be 5 minutes, he stopped me and he asked me again, why do you love engineering? Because it sounds like you just like writing. And I hadn't realized that I just started talking about writing more than I had about engineering.
Interesting.
So it was that week I realized I need to be a writer, and FYE just wasn't the most fun time, which is fine.
I mean, I've heard told you're a writer. You love to write. Like, what motivates you to write so much? Have you done like the 50,000 word like creative writing novel contest? NaNoWriMo. Yeah,
actually, I did that. In junior year, I had one of the best creative writing teachers, English teachers I've ever had in my life. And around early October, she introduced us to NaNoWriMo, which is National Novel Writing Month. And I thought it would be really so cool if I tried it. And I knew I wouldn't, finish it or anything. So I just thought it would be fun to try. And then I ended up finishing it. So I was about midway through junior year, and I had this book that I actually ended up getting bound. And it's a horrible, horrible book. It is a rough draft. It is basically trash. But I keep it on my bookcase to remind me that, like, it is possible to write a lot of words over the course of a month, even if they don't really fit together in any good storyline. But no, it's just I haven't written creatively recently a lot because most of my time is spent here on writing articles and opinions pieces and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But I noticed that if I don't write at least once every week or so, or just every couple of days, I just tend to get very cranky and annoyed, and everything seems very much stressful.
Yeah.
So it's just easier just to write. Yeah, so actually I struggle with not credibility a little bit, because obviously, like, everyone's opinion is valid to a certain point until the fact comes that you just don't know enough about a subject. So usually whenever I'm writing on something, especially if it's a big thing, I struggled a lot at the beginning of this semester because I was trying to grapple these big things that were actually, like, either not just Purdue issues, but like national issues. And that's very hard to do because as a freshman in college, I don't know anything. So usually I would just get a few quotes from a different professor or someone else in administration. But it's really just down to either finding articles that back you up that are actually from either scientific sources if possible. I've tried a lot of times to find like actual scientific journals that will help me, which they're awesome, which is nice. And then Purdue provides actually a ton of data. The trick is just to find as many things you can that are not connected to people, which I think will be a struggle in the future because things will be becoming more and more opinionated, which is good for me. But as someone starting out in journalism, you don't generally start out in opinions. You start out actually writing articles. So just finding good sources, basically, that aren't connected to people.
Do you prefer physical newspaper, or do you prefer writing online?
So one, I definitely prefer physical just because I'm a sucker for old things. Like I used to own a Kindle, and a Nook, but I love,
Nook.
yeah, but I love books so much more, physical books. Just the thought of losing libraries. I want to one day own a library in my house, but just the thought of not having a bookcase is terrifying. And just people seem to take print newspapers more seriously for some reason, which I can see because it takes more effort to put things into print, and then when you have to go distribute them, whereas with online things, it's very easy just to start a website. And so I definitely prefer physical